Good morning, Mario, and good morning, Switch fans. We're kicking Monday off with a bang, a jam-packed episode, and it's so good to see you again. I kind of miss you Saturday and Sunday, even though I still do videos. GMM, this is the fam, this is the family, and I love you for being here, so thanks so much for joining. Today, we're talking about a game that wasn't on Switch. Ooh, now maybe, baby, it is coming to Switch and super soon. The OLED has descended. And I am getting strangely really excited now that I've seen it. Plus, Pokemon trading card game is getting revitalized and we've got more news bits in store. So what's going on, everybody? It's Zach from SwitchForce. Hope you all had a lovely, relaxing, yummy weekend. Hope you had a lot of cake, but maybe not too much cake, just enough cake. And now let me bake you a cake of all the news. You guys enjoy the show, definitely smash that like button. Let me know your take in the comments down below. The first candle I'm gonna put in is about the Pokemon trading card game. So Pokemon TCG Online, which is the current digital version of the Pokemon trading card game, is being converted, revitalized, reimagined as Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. It's got fancy new graphics, new avatars, and most importantly, instead of just being available on desktop and tablets, this one finally comes to mobile. So you can play it on iOS or Android and battle people all over the world. Now, there's one glaring omission here, which is Switch. Why is this not on Switch? They need to bring it on Switch. Look how successful Pokemon Unite was hitting Switch, so successful that it hit Switch first. Hasn't even hit mobile yet. I'm sure it'll do gangbusters on mobile, but this would be fun on Switch too. It takes me back to the Pokemon trading card game on Game Boy, which was brilliant because it had a campaign. You collected booster packs, and back then there were only 3 sets of cards, so you knew all of them. You knew everything you could get. You're like, dude, I want that holo, I need that rare, give me a bunch of those uncommons so I can build out my deck, and then you could battle one other person with a link cable, but that was such a good time. I hope if Game Boy does come to Nintendo Switch Online, which it seems like it's going to soon, they bring that on board. We need some trading card action on our Switcheroo, okay? But this one does look pretty nice for those of you that are fine playing on your phone, and I guess you probably have your Switch and your phone with you anyways. There's a couple odd choices they made, like you can't trade cards between players using the app, which is so odd to me. And then the in-game avatars look more like Microsoft avatars instead of Pokemon trainers. And I'm not sure why they didn't just go full-on trainer and design something that looks like it does in, say, Pokemon Go or any of the Pokemon Switch games. A bit of an odd choice, but this does look to be an upgrade in many other ways, and it'll be arriving soon. Let me know in the comments down below if you still collect or play Pokemon cards, and if you're gonna download this new app that's finally on mobile platforms. Just a little bit ago, a gem of a single-player story-driven game got a remastered version announced, and I'm talking about Alan Wake. I love this one. It's about a writer whose wife goes missing and then things get spooky. But not too spooky where I couldn't handle it, just spooky enough to make it interesting and the mystery really intriguing, and it's got a great world. It feels very lived in. I love it. So it got announced for PlayStation, Xbox, PC, everything except Switch, which was a bummer, especially since last year, Remedy put their other title, Control, on Switch via a cloud version. And yet Alan Wake Remastered, with its updated graphics, nowhere to be seen on Nintendo's SKU. Or is it? Because today, on the Brazilian ratings board, it popped up that Alan Wake Remastered got rated for Nintendo Switch. Now, if you've been on the channel for a while, you know how much I trust these ratings boards and how often they pan out. That if a project gets rated in like Brazil or Korea or Taiwan or Australia, it almost always comes true. And this makes a lot of sense because Alan Wake Remastered launches on October 5th. And before October 5th should be the Nintendo September Direct. And last week I was talking about how Nintendo loves to announce third-party games, even if they've been announced elsewhere. This would be great. I would think it would be a cloud version just because the updated graphics probably couldn't run all that well on Switch, but hey, Control ran great from the cloud. It wasn't rainy, it was sunny through the cloud, and I would be excited to play it again. If you haven't played Alan Wake, you'd be in for a treat, and if you have, what a great way to revisit it. On the go. and I bet it would shine on that OLED screen. So let me know in the comments down below if you'd be down for Alan Wake Remastered on Switch, and if there is a direct, which we all still expect, hopefully this week, sometime before Tokyo Game Show, it would line up that this would be a great third-party announcement. And if it comes out day and date October 5th, that would be awesome. Maybe it'll come out a little later, but I sure hope this one is true, and I sure hope it releases in 2021. Let's rap for a minute about Kena Bridge of Spirits, okay? This game is so weird. It comes out at midnight and nobody knows if it's any good, which rarely ever happens in today's gaming industry. Now, it's not on Switch, but there is a Nintendo connection. I'll get to that in a moment. Kena Bridge of Spirits was highly touted by Sony as a PlayStation 5 game back when they were marketing the system heavily. And then it kind of went dark. Nobody's reviewed it, hardly anyone's played it, and we don't know if it's good. Primarily because this is the first game from Ember Lab, a studio that previously did film. In fact, they did a Majora's Mask fan film. Yeah, a Legend of Zelda, Majora's Mask, Evil Moon in the Sky fan film. And now they make a game that looks amazing, but is it all bait and switch? Kena reminds me a lot of Cameo from back at the Xbox 360 launch, fused with Pixar. And honestly, it'd be a great fit for Switch. I hope it one day does come to Switch. If it can, that would be really cool, but it looks fantastic. It's like got combat, it's got some like Pikmin elements where you're controlling these little creatures and using them for your attacks. It's got gorgeous graphics, and it's got a $40 price point, which feels great, a manageable campaign around 8 to 10 hours. It just needs to control good. It just needs to play right, and we don't know that yet. So I'm curious if any of you have heard of this game, if you've seen it. Today's launch trailer looked incredible. You should check it out, and then let me know in the comments if you think this one is going to skyrocket to stardom or be an absolute disaster. I'm really, really curious how it turns out, and it's too much mystery and intrigue. I just had to mention it to you. But back aboard ye old ship Nintendo, the OLED has been spotted in the wild. Yeah, the system is out October 8th, which is creeping up real close. We're like 3.5 weeks away, and that also means Metroid Dread is close. Yes, yes, yes. But the Switch OLED popped up at Nintendo Tokyo, which is the big flagship Nintendo store in Tokyo. I actually dream of going there, like Super Nintendo World, Nintendo Tokyo, kind of the mecca for all things, and they have amazing merch there that's not available at the Nintendo store in New York. Anyhow, they threw up an OLED for display. Now, some people have got hands-on, but when they got hands-on a few months back, they weren't allowed to take any photo or video. So this is the very first time we've seen Switch OLED not like on Nintendo's like all white shiny backgrounds or in their like cool guy commercials where the dude's sitting in the hallway awkwardly or they're playing it like on a beach. Anyhow, I'm looking at these shots and I'm like, dang dude, it looks lovely without bezel. Life without bezel must be a sweet thing, and I'm starting to get more excited for the Switch OLED. We've talked lately about how like, what is going on? Nintendo hasn't really mentioned it. It's not really doing much. This isn't the upgrade we asked for. Probably not worth more money than the Switch you already have, but I'm feeling that white dock with the slightly new form factor and that screen, man. Like if you just look at the Switch OLED with the Joy-Con on, you might be convinced that it's just a Switch. If you look at it in passing, you might be like, oh, there's a Switch, but then, no, I need you to grab your Switch, okay? I need you to hold it up and be like, the bezel, it's thick with this one. This is a thick boy, that bezel. It's a chunker, okay? And then you look at the OLED and there's still a little bezel, but it's very much a little bezel. And I don't think it really changes the gameplay experience that dramatically, but I do think it's gonna change my gameplay experience. All right, for a system that I play all the time, for a system that my life kind of revolves around, and for a system that now I play primarily in handheld with the Pro Controller, that better screen, even if it's just a little bigger, a little brighter, a little more vibrant, I'm ready for that. It's a minor upgrade, but if it makes each of my play sessions just a little juicier, then why not? Plus, I gotta review it for you all, so I'm getting very excited because we're coming up to the fall gaming season and seeing Mario Party Superstars, those old boards that I loved as a kid, back again with better graphics, now on my Switch OLED, looking a little bit more supreme. I am really, really getting jazzed. I don't even like jazz music, but it would sound weird to say I'm getting wrapped. It's not Halloween yet. Anyhow, let me know if you're oohing and ahhing at any of these real-life Switch OLED shots in the comments down below, or if you think I'm crazy and this doesn't matter at all and you don't care about no bezel, I'd love to hear that as well. I'm curious what your take is now that you can see it like in real physical space and not just in Furukawa's dreamland on some sort of white background. Here's the poll, it never fails. It makes me want to roll and wail. I won't do it cause then you'd yell, Zach! Anyhow, favorite breakfast food you eat regularly? These polls are posted on the community tab every evening. Make sure to subscribe, get that notification bell dinged so that you can participate. I want to hear from you. This one, a lot of different opinions. Favorite breakfast food you eat regularly? Well, I gotta be honest, my breakfast food is protein bars and water. But I figured no one else does that, so I didn't want to put that on there. The most popular breakfast choice is I skip breakfast. You guys, haven't you learned that how you start your day really sets you going forward? And I bet you're just busy. I bet you just don't have time. I bet you're rushing around. But if you can do a little breakfast, a little protein bar, a little granola bar, a little apple, banana, something, I think that's gonna help set your mood right. I know it gets me in a better spirited mood when I have food in my system. No hangry happening at this house. 22% of you though said cereal or oatmeal. I'm really on that Magic Spoon kick. Magic Spoon would be a really fun sponsor. I'm gonna have to write them. But also eggs, 21%. Pancakes, waffles, French toast at 14%. And fruit at that 4, quattro. I picked fruit because if it's not protein bars, I am having fruit. I found a new fruit. It's called a clapple. It's a plum mixed with an apple and it's delicious. There's also a plumicot, which is like a plum and an apricot, and that kind of tastes basically the same as a plapple. They're both really good. They got some sweet, they got some sour, and they got some crunch. I love it. It will change your life. Go grab yourself a plapple or a plumicot. Until next time, everyone, thanks so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed today's video. Smash that like button if you did. Stay safe, stay healthy, stay happy, stay positive out there, all right? Is there caffeine in my tea? I don't think so. I definitely don't think so, but I am really, really hyper today, probably because the Lions play on Monday Night Football. Go Lions, defeat Green Bay. Let's make it happen. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Until then, thanks again, everybody. Love you lots. SwitchForce, out!